Hello, it is Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Tuesday puzzle today, which means we'll be solving what should be a relatively approachable themed crossword. And this relatively approachable themed edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Kathleen Quinn, Quotidiophile, Overfull Hitbox, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Shulmaster. So thank you so much to the five of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for keeping this channel going with their generous contributions. I really do appreciate that, as I appreciate the support of everybody who's become a patron of the campaign. Thank you so much if that includes you. And you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve if you'd like to join that group and become a benefactor to get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, or a patron at any level to get all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. Again, thank you if you have done that. I really do appreciate it. It keeps this whole channel going. And you can also join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. There's a link in the description field underneath the video. You do get an extra channel as a Patreon supporter, but other than that, it's free for everybody to join. And please do also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've not gotten around to that, and consider telling a friend if you think you know somebody who might enjoy these videos. In any case, it's on to the video. I'm intrigued by how my video looks today. It's a bit washed out, which I think is because my room is dark today because my light bulb, something is wrong with my light fixture, and I need to look into that. But it seems as though my camera is compensating extremely well because I seem even brighter than usual, paradoxically. So anyway, there we have it. I don't know why I just explained that. Anyway, let's get on to the crossword. This is a Tuesday construction, a themed crossword by Grant Burrows. This is Grant's second puzzle, I believe, and it was edited, as always, by Will Short. So let's start solving and see what sort of themed solve we have in store for us today. Did I say it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts? I think I did. In any case, it was. Florida city nicknamed the Big Guava. Is it Miami? I mean, that's a major Florida city, perhaps, in the vein of the Big Apple. I don't know. Let's try it and see. Aardvark's prey, maybe not. Maybe it's Tampa, because Aardvark's prey would be an ant, I would think. So units of distance erroneously mentioned as units of time by Han Solo. That would be parsecs from the original Star Wars, when Han Solo says he completed the Kessel Run in however many parsecs it was. I don't remember. In any case, that's the answer. If something stood for something, it meant it. And Honda's luxury brand Acura is luxury brand manufactured by Honda. Headwear for a chief. No, a chef, sorry. Completely misread that. It's a chef. It's a toque, this sort of chef's hat. There we go. Terrain of which less than 10% has been mapped. Ocean. That's fascinating. Really is just I've seen people say we know less about the ocean in totality than we do outer space, which is sort of extraordinary. I'm sure that statement has to be qualified in certain ways, but anyway. It's worth only 20 cents. It has Abe Lincoln on it and others. This will be something thematic. So it's worth only 20 cents. So quarter minus 5 or something. What would that mean? Quarter 4? I'm not sure what's going on with that. This will be something thematic. Quarter lies? Quarter fibs? These are inaccurate statements made about the coin, the quarter, which is worth 25 cents. And Abe Lincoln isn't on it. He's on the penny. I'm not sure. It's something like this. But is that a phrase, quarter lies? I don't know. If that's a real phrase, then that would be a plausible answer. If not, I'm not sure what's going on. Oh no, I see what it is. It's quarterlies, as in a quarterly magazine, for instance, a quarterly publication of some sort. I see. So we're changing the pronunciation of the phrase. We're taking an existing concept, quarterlies, we're turning it into two words and changing the emphasis and pronunciation, quarter lies, and that is describing what's going on in the clue. All right, good, understood. Now I can move on. Infamous Emperor Nero, who infamously, well, I think this is a slanderous comment, fiddled while Rome burns, they say. Yellow primrose, I don't know, a tulip? don't know enough about flowers to know. I don't think that's the answer. Finnish telecom giant. Oh, Nokia. So what is the yellow primrose? Oxlip? Corner office types. Executives are often associated with corner offices because of the nice view, I suppose. Yellow primrose. So maybe it is oxlip. Crime genre. Noir. Noir films don't need to be crime films per se, but they often are. Yellow primrose. Yeah, let's see. So flute playing Greek god makes an effort. Pantries. There we go. Pan tries. Pan, the flute playing Greek god, makes an effort. He tries. And of course, that is also a word, pantries. Very good. Net worth components could be assets. So those are sort of positive components of a balance sheet or someone's total net worth. Actor Omar Epps is an actor. And characteristic of John Waters movies. Characteristic of John Waters movies. I mean, campiness? There we go. That would work. Yes, you could describe John Waters movies as campy, certainly. All right, that's fair enough. Ruler divisions. Centimeters, maybe? And Blank and the Family Stone, Sly and the Family Stone, pioneering funk band. There we go. You've Got Mail Company is AOL. I suppose they're still around. Or do they still offer sort of internet service in the way that they did? I don't know, but I assume they still offer email addresses. Blank, muy bien, so that's in Spanish for very good. And classic board game inspired by Rube Goldberg machines, Mousetrap. I've never actually played Mousetrap, but I remember seeing kind of adverts for it, things like that, where you'd set up complex machinery in order to cascade and something would knock over something else, and then that would trigger a trap. And that's sort of what Rube Goldberg machines are, these sort of overly complex cause and effect machines. Sees through. If she sees through him, she is onto him. And lathered up could be soapy. Some skincare products. I don't know, Vera is an aloe vera. That doesn't really seem correct. Big leaguers are pros. Oh, Sera, as in plural of serum. Okay, so you could have a serum for medicinal purposes, in this case for skincare, although, of course, you could have a serum for any number of other purposes as well. All right, let's see. What else are we going to observe here? Greasy Spoon, e.g., could be an eatery, a diner, Greasy Spoon Diner. Orinoco Flow singer, that's Enya, the singer, who there was a period of time, I feel, when Enya was in the New York Times crossword all the time. Not quite as frequently recently, but anyway, there we go. Combustible rock. Combustible rock is what? Clay? Or what is combustible rock? Organization for College Cadets, the the ROTC, there we go. Took me a moment there. It's something like something Officer Training Corps. Anyway. And combustible rock, coal, of course. Coal used as fuel, of course. Mined find could be a load of ore. They're mining ore. And sound from a pigsty could be an oink. Greek goddess of victory could be Nike, the goddess, and namesake of shoes. And terse summary of Alec Duberville's fate. Terse summary. I'll have to come back to that. Activist Blank B. Wells, Ida B. Wells. And trivial criticisms are nits, as in nitpicking. Digitized as a document could be scanning that document, and a tendency to stay at rest is inertia. Inertia, the tendency of objects in motion to stay in motion, and tendency of objects at rest to stay at rest. Like thin clouds, you could describe thin clouds as wispy, and a word with song or dive, swan song. Like some grounders in baseball. Like some grounders in baseball. One run? If you hit a ball in baseball and I don't think that's I don't know. I don't think that's good enough to put in. What about this one? Substance, so to speak, the meat of the matter, the substance of it. And oh, I see. Oh, I didn't realize this was. It didn't occur to me this was one of our theme clues here. So this is cad dies, which is obviously also the word caddies, differently pronounced and merged into a single word. So mine in France is à moi, which means literally to me, but is how you refer to something that is yours. And to a greater degree could be more so. Oops. Part of a coat of arms, a crest is part of your coat of arms if you have such a thing. To eat like Pac-Man is to chomp on those little dots. I assume this is chomp. Rooster, that's not a rooster. A hen? Because it's not male? But why then is it a rooster in the first place? Oh, because it roosts, because a hen roosts. That's why rooster is in quotation marks. That's clever. So they're saying here, an animal that roosts, that is a rooster in that sense, that's not a rooster. In other words, you wouldn't call it that by name, is a hen. That's very clever. Beseeched is entreated, maybe. You entreated somebody, beseeched them for help. And decides to do something is opts to do it. Press conference attendees are reporters, would attend a press conference to ask questions or report on those questions. And to peel the apples, roll out the dough, turn the oven on, etc. Prep. Oh, this will be another one of these prep pies. Right, there we go. So we'll turn the word preppies into the phrase prep pies. In this case, you're prepping an apple pie. Equinox month. It must be September. I never remember when all of these are, but that must be that. Toodaloo could be ta-ta, you're simply saying goodbye. And twitches could be spasms. Let's finish off this little corner here. So far, if something has happened, so far it's happened yet. And a pronoun that sounds like its last letter. You sounds like the letter U, which of course is the last letter of that pronoun. Mind, find, oh. Or, oh, that's funny, didn't we have... Yes, we had an identical clue here, mind find. So a load, and in fact, I think at the time I said a load of ore, and here's the ore. We found it. This is our load. And NASDAQ currency is US dollars because NASDAQ is a stock exchange in the United States. Okay, what else can we solve? Unconscious state could be a coma. And like some grounders in baseball, right, I saw that. I wasn't sure if it was one run or something else. 1990s Weekend Update host McDonald. This will, I'm sure, be the comedian, the late comedian, I believe, Norm MacDonald. Canadian comedian, I believe. And no blank is worse than bad advice, Sophocles. No enemy is worse than bad advice, perhaps. Yeah, that's a fair point. You're likely to trust the bad advice more than you would the enemy. I can see it's getting even darker in here, and I seem to be glowing more on on the video as the camera, I guess, is working harder to compensate. Neckwear reserved for fancy occasions. I'm not sure. Oh, this will be another one of these clues. Right, I need to think about that. Neckwear, something ties. Fancy occasions. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, that's so frustrating. LA region, SoCal, Southern California. Oh, specialties, special ties, of course. Ah, there we go. Specialties and special ties. Blank on the back, give someone a pat on the back for a job well done. And half of a 1960s folk quartet, the great Mamas and the Papas, half of whom were the Mamas. And to climb is to rise. If, for instance, if numbers climb, they rise. And a genre could be a style of music, say. Seized vehicle for short could be a repo, repossession. If a car was possessed for, I don't know, some kind of infraction or maybe non-payment of the loan. And a plot point in the Thomas Crown affair, that's a famous heist film, actually I guess more than one film. And some German cars, Opel is a German automake. Actress Parker Posey is an actor associated with a lot of indie films and other films. Preferred seat assignment to many could be an aisle. You might prefer the aisle seat. And A fall guy is a patsy, someone on whom a crime is blamed. And then once around the track is a lap. Oh, so let's quickly look at this. Like some grounders in baseball, one hop. I see. So I guess that means the baseball hops once before being caught by an outfielder, maybe? I'm not sure, but that's my guess. Anyway, once around the track is a lap, and there we go. So there we go, exactly as we might expect from a Tuesday puzzle. Yesterday's puzzle I think was about a flat 10 minutes, including explanations and so on, and today's was 3 minutes longer than that, so maybe that's, but still a very gentle and approachable solve. So perhaps that's exactly what we'd expect from a Tuesday. And a fun theme today that had no revealer. It was one of these themes where we have to infer what's going on ourselves. At least I didn't notice anything that sort of explained the theme of the grid, but it was fun to pick up on it after the first one and then try and sort of keep pace with it as we went through the grid. So we had quarterlies, which become quarter lies, pantries, which becomes pan tries, caddies, which becomes cad dies, preppies, which becomes prep pies, and finally specialties, which becomes special ties. And of course, reading all of those consecutively in that manner, we particularly notice that each one of these changes e's to i's at the end. So I wonder it really seems like you could imagine some kind of EI comment being made about that, but I think I don't think there was a clue that referenced it. I think that was just part of the grid, and we had to figure it out ourselves, but it was nicely consistent. So Grant Burroughs was very conscientious in his sourcing of these various phrases to keep them all in that exact same pattern, moving from one word to two, changing e's to i's. And there we have it. That's the grid. I don't think there were any comments from yesterday's puzzle issuing any corrections or further context on any clues or answers. So with that, this video has reached its conclusion. And I'll be back tomorrow, of course, for the Wednesday crossword when we solve a midweek, mid-difficulty themed puzzle. So do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Tuesday. Take care.